Hi everybody, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching today. So I'm going to show you how to make an easy 3D card. So this is a dome card. Now I do have these on the channel. The ones I've shared before have the score lines on the front. This time I've hidden it so the score lines are behind. So if you like to make 3D cards but you want something that's very quick, this is a perfect one. This one will fit into one of my 6x6 box envelopes. So I'll link the 6x6 and the 5x7 tutorial along this video as well. So you'll be able to use that if you want. Otherwise, if you're giving it by hand, I know lots of people make little slimline gift bags as well, which is another nice way to gift your cards. But let's get into the tutorial and I'll show you how to make it. So I've used this adorable Mabel Lucie Attwell kit. I bought this from a charity shop some years ago now, and it's from 2011. You may find some of these on eBay possibly, or maybe there are still some places selling it. So I will have a look and share the links if I can find any. Otherwise, any decoupage will work really well. If you have a lot of the Dovecraft kits or the Craft Consortium, they always do decoupage and they would work lovely with this dome effect. So you'll see on that one, I've used the 3 little girls on the bench. And then for today's, I'm using the 2 here with the umbrella. So you'll want to make yourself a 5x7 card blank. You can use a shop bought. If you're making your own, this is a piece of 10x7 and you just want to score along the 10-inch side at 5 inches. If you're making a 6x6, then it'll be a piece of 12x6 and you'll score along the long side at 6 inches. That will give you your card blank. So depending on whatever size you have here, so this is a 5x7 front of the card. So you need to cut yourself a piece of 7 and then you add 1.5 inches to the top length. So it will be 6.25. So with this one here, with it being 6x6, I cut a piece of 6x7.25. So I've added that 1.25 to the side. So I've cut this so that it is 7 by 6.25 because I've added 1.25 to the 5-inch. Okay, once you start making these, you know, it will all become more clearer. So if you're working on an 8x8 card blank, you'd cut yourself a piece of 8 by 9.25. Okay, so just add that 1.25 inch to whatever the top size is of your card. Okay, hopefully that will make sense. So here I've got my 6.25 by 7. So I'm scoring at 1/2 inch and at 5 3/4 along that 6.25 side. So whatever yours is, so whether you're doing a 6x6 one with me now, yours would be 7.25. So you would just score at 1/2 inch and then you'd score at 6 3/4. You could alternatively just score at 1/2 inch and then just rotate it all the way around and do 1/2 inch on the opposite side. It's easy that way as well. So next I'm going to cut my aperture into this pattern piece. Also the paper pad I've used is the Happy Design Pad by Craft Sensations. I picked this one up from, I think it was the Range. I'm going to say it's always the Range or the Works when I get those ones. And then I use just plain circle dies. And if you're wondering where that beautiful larger circle is, it's from the Circular Nesting Dies by Daisy May. So I just use the small, if I give you the measurements. The aperture size I used on that one is, it's about 3 3/4. And then I use the larger one. So then I die cut that on its own. And then I put this original circle back into the middle. And then it gave me that lovely larger frame. And then I just made a smaller one by using this next one up with that one to give me that thinner frame. So I just kind of layered it up and just played around. So that's the dies that I used there. And then the sentiment, I took the thank you. This is a Dovecraft stamp. These are all Dovecraft. I just put them all together, but I use that thank you there. But for this one, I'm using the Card Making Magic oval nesting dies. So I've already taken this one here. I've already cut my frame, got that ready. So this one's going to sit in between the score lines here. And this one measures, it's about 3.25 by 5 3/4. So I just want to get that in the middle. And I laid this down before and I can see that's going to fit nicely in there. So I'm just going to sit that in the center. And always when you're deciding the size of your aperture, if you're going to put a frame, make sure you lay your frame down as well, because you can see the frame just fits in there. If I'd gone any bigger, it would have started to come off the ends. So I'm just taping this down and I'm going to run this through my die machine. Okay, so that's just cut out nicely. Now, if you wanted to, you could pop some acetate behind this as well. You could put lights in there. You could turn it into a really nice decorative piece as well. But I'm going to keep this one plain. I like it being quite tactile because I know whoever gets this will probably go in there and just kind of like touch it. I know I do when I get cards like that. So next you want to fold your score lines in like so. And then just add a little curve into this. It will just help it find its shape. But you'll see you've got that there. So next, this piece is going to stick onto the front of your card. So you're going to add your glue, and that's going to stick like so. Now, if you want to keep it plain, then you'll stick this straight down, but I want to add pattern paper in here. So what's going to actually happen is this is going to stick behind the pattern paper like so, and then I'm going to pop that on, and then I'll be able to pop this on top of that. I'm wondering, I might not use that background, I might keep that for another one and just have it against that polka dot background. I think that looks really sweet. So it's up to you how you want to do this. I've actually been sticking this down first and sliding that in. This is cut slightly smaller than the front of your card. So whether you've got 6x6, 8x8, whatever size you're doing, just cut this so it's slightly smaller. You'll see there, I've got a tiny little bit of a white frame because you don't want it to be exactly the same size. Otherwise it's going to push this off the card and it's going to make the overall card bigger. So I'm going to add my glue. I'm going to use the quick grab glue, and I'm just going to run just some glue down both of the sides there, and then I'm just gonna, I've got it so it's the fold there. I'm just gonna sit this down and make sure the fold of this piece runs flush with the fold of the card blank like so, and then this is the open end. I'm just going to stick that down there. You can push it flat, it's not going to damage the dome shape there. So now you'll see I've got those tabs inside like so. So you could have this one as a top fold and have it open on that side there if you wanted it. Maybe you've got a big 3D sentiment that you might have through the middle there. It's entirely up to you, but I'm going to keep this as a side fold. So then with this piece, I'm going to use my cloud glue because this will just now add strength to the, so could I have that colour? No, I think the polka dot's a bit softer, so we'll go, this is the one that I used on the other card. And then I can just slide that in there because I've cut it slightly smaller. You see it slides in really easily. And then you've got time there to just move that around. I'm going to bring it up to this end because that's what you're going to see. So there's a little bit of white. If you want to make it exactly the same length, you can. But you want to make the width slightly smaller just so that it obviously definitely fits inside. So that's how that's going to look. So then I'm going to decorate. So like I said, I don't think I'm going to use that background piece now. I really like that against that polka dot background because it almost looks like the rain. And then I'm just going to pop a little curve into this, and that's going to go around the original oval there. And then I've got a sentiment. I don't know whether to have that. I might have that at the bottom, and then I've got a couple of bows there because I'm not sure what colour I want to use yet. So I'm going to get all of this stuck down. So that's the card finished. You can see all that lovely dimension. I've added a few little flat back pearls onto that one and also down there on that one. But I think it's adorable. I'm tempted to pop a little bit of glossy accent on their eyes as well. And then side folding, I just need to stamp my sentiment inside, but that's all ready to go into a box envelope. And then this one again, just adorable. Love those images so much. So I hope you've enjoyed this dome card tutorial from me today. It's really easy to adapt to any size that you have. Just remember to add that 1 1/4 onto whatever side it is that you want it to be. And yeah, as always, I'll try and link as much as I can. Like I said, if I can find any sellers selling this lovely kit, I will do. Check out the other dome tutorials as well. That will be popping up now. You might want to watch those next. And if you haven't subscribed and you've enjoyed today, please hit the subscribe button and click that notification bell, and then you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Take care, and I'll see you soon.